It's Mrs. Thompson. Happy Thursday. Sitting here all alone in the classroom missing you. It's not the same without you here. I hope that you are all well and getting into a great routine that works for everybody in your family. And as I know that a lot of you have been able to start working on your packets and been reading through Epic or just reading books. And I have been throwing out a lot of different ideas for us to be able to get into contact with each other. So I'm hoping we will find one that works, like the Zoom app that I sent home a text with your folks. And also there is Google Classroom, which I know just a little bit about right now. Sorry about that. I'm working on learning more and will give that as an option as well. So I thought it'd be fun to just kind of share a couple of the things that we do after we set our Pledge of Allegiance in the morning. We also, if you haven't already shared this with your families, our little goals as to be 5-star students, remembering that number 1, I can be kind. Number 2, I can show respect. Number 3, I can be responsible. Number 4, I can show empathy. And number 5, I can be honest. And, you want to really impress your family? Let them know that you know what that number 4, what is empathy? That is a pretty cool word and a cool character trait. Also, you might want to share our fun little poem that we recite to remind ourselves to always try and try and try. And that poem is your best. If you always try your best, then you'll never have to wonder about what you could have done if you summoned all your thunder. And if your best was not as good as you hoped it would be, you still can say, I gave today all that I had in me. We also share with each other the importance of thinking first. We want to remember to think before we speak and think before we do things as well. And we want to think T, is it true? H, is it helpful? I, is it important? N, is it necessary? And most importantly, K, is it kind? Finally, I'm hoping you're getting loads of reading in because, as you know, the more you read, the better you read. So, along that vein, I thought I'd share one of our favorite read-alongs, Junie B. Jones by Barbara Park, illustrated by Denise Brunkus. And I thought I'd choose Toothless Wonder because first graders are all about those wiggly and loose teeth. So, let's go and check what our naughty little girl is up to today. Chapter 1, Prizes. Friday. Dear First Grade Journal, today we are having a speaker in room 1. She is going to tell us all about recycling. Recycling is when you wash your trash, I believe. Mr. Scary said to write in our journals till the speaker gets here. Only I don't even feel like writing today because I have a loose tooth. That's why. And that thing is driving me crazy. Also, every time I write in this journal, I have to look up words in the dumb dictionary. Except sometimes Mr. Scary spells the words on the board for us, and then I have to cross out my mistakes. Plus, I erase holes in my paper. Spelling is not a breeze, I tell you. That is all I feel like writing today. I am done with this thing, and I mean it. From Junie B., first grader. I put down my pencil and I opened my mouth. Then I reached in my finger and I wiggled my tooth. That thing has been loose for a long time. Only no matter how hard I wiggle it, it still won't come out. I pulled on it a teensy bit. Ow! That hurt. You dumb bunny tooth, I said. May turned her head and looked at me. May sits next to me in room 1. She is not a pleasure. You shouldn't say dumb bunny, Junie B. Jones, she said, dumb bunny is not a nice word. I raised my eyebrows at her. Oh, really, I said. Well, thank you for telling me that, dumb bunny May. Just then, May's face got puffy and red. Don't say that word, I told you, she hollered. My teacher stood up at his desk. Problem back there, girls? He said. Yes, Mr. Scary, said May. There's always a problem back here, and her name is Junie Jones. I stamped my foot. B, May, I said. B, 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 B. You're always forgetting my B. Mr. Scary closed his eyes. Please, girls, can't you just have one more morning without spats? I looked surprised at that man. But I didn't even spat, Mr. Scary, I said. My mother doesn't let me spat. Not even on the sidewalk. After that, I went up to his desk and I smiled very cute. I have a loose tooth, I said. Would you like to see it, Mr. Scary? Huh? Would you? I opened my mouth and wiggled it for him. See it? See how loose it is? It is a loosey-goosey, isn't it? I said. He smiled. Wow, it really is loose, Junie B, he said. And it's a top tooth, too. Losing a top tooth is the best. I looked puzzled. It is? How come it's the best, Mr. Scary, I asked. Is a top tooth funner than a bottom tooth, do you mean? Because last year I lost a bottom tooth and I didn't actually get a kick out of it. My teacher did a chuckle. But when you lose a top tooth, your smile looks really cute, Junie B, he said. And when your new tooth comes in, you'll start looking like a big kid. I did a gasp at that news. A big kid? I said. Really? I'm going to look like a big kid? Mr. Scary nodded. Sure you are, he said. Here, I'll show you what I mean. He looked around the room. Class, does anyone here have their big top teeth yet? If so, please raise your hand, he said. All of the children looked and looked at each other. But no one raised their hand. Mr. Scary was surprised. Really, he said. No kidding? No one in our class has lost a top front tooth, huh? He turned around and shook my hand. Well, congratulations, Junie B. Jones, he said. It looks like you're going to be the first person in room 1 with a big top tooth. I felt very thrilled. Thank you, I said. Then I skipped back to my seat and I sat down real proud. May did a huffy breath at me. Big deal. What's so special about losing a top tooth? She said. Everyone in our whole room is going to lose their top teeth, Junie Jones. It's not like you're the only one, you know. I did a huffy breath right back at her. Yes, May, I know I'm not the only one, I said, but I'm the first one. And the first one is the winner. So there, ha ha on you. May crossed her arms. Well, if you're the winner, then where's your prize, huh, Junie Jones? I don't see a prize, do you? I tapped my fingers, kind of stumped. Then I hurried back to my teacher's desk again and I patted him on the shoulder. Okay, here's the thing, I said. The children are wondering, where's my prize for being the tooth winner? And so, how would you like to handle this situation? Mr. Scary did not answer right away. Finally, he shrugged. Well, the truth is, there aren't any prizes. He said, I wasn't exactly running a contest, you know. Yes, I know, I said, but I bet you could still come up with a little something to make me happy. I pointed at his desk. I bet there's something in there, probably, I said. Teachers always have good stuff in their desk drawers, right? And so why don't we take a little look-see? Mr. Scary ran his fingers through his hair. Then, at last, he opened his drawer. Whoa! Is that a stapler I see there? I said. A stapler would be good, don't you think? I could really pound that thing, I bet. And so if you'll just hand it over, I will be on my way. Mr. Scary shook his head. No, Junie B., he said. No stapler. I looked some more. Hey, hold the phone, I said. Is there Tums I'm looking at? I leaned closer. Yes, yes, it is Tums, Mr. Scary. You've got Tums, just like my Grandpa Miller. And so I bet you suffer from gas and bloating. Am I correct? Mr. Scary quickly closed the drawer. Then he went to the supply closet and he got out a piece of shiny silver paper and he scribbled a star. He cut it out and pinned it on my shirt. There, he said. That's your prize for your tooth, okay? You get to wear a shiny star for being the winner. Now please go back to your seat. I looked down at my star. Yes, only I didn't actually think this is your best work, I said, kind of quiet. Mr. Scary pointed to my desk. He was not having a good morning, I think. I went back and sat down. May sneaked a peek at my star. I tried to act real proud of it. Well, 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 what do you know? A prize, I said. May did a mad breath and a quick turned away. I looked down at my star again. This time it looked prettier, I think. Chapter 2, Uncle Lou. The speaker came at 10 o'clock. Her name was Miss Chris. Miss Chris told us all about recycling. Also, she showed us a movie. It was called Dan Dan the Soda Can. It was very thrilling, I can tell you, 'cause Dan Dan the Soda Can lived, dun dun dun. And that is all for today. I will check in with you again, and maybe we'll find out what exactly happened on that movie, Dan Dan the Soda Can. For today, goodbye, and I love you, and I miss you. Bye-bye.